Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. This is episode number 18, and happy November 1st. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I am recording this episode on the weekend of the 24th, 25th of October, and we're in a brand new game day. And we're going to go ahead and spray those grass fields again. I know we're kind of repeating some of the stuff that we have already previously done, but when you're playing this many game, well, no, we're not playing that many game days, but when we're playing 9 game days per season, we're bound to have to do a few things more than once just to kind of tell the story and keep things moving along. And of course, yeah, I could do some of this stuff off camera, I suppose, but what fun is that? And so we're going to go ahead and spray, at least for this episode, and get this done, because we need to get this done, because we need to get at least one more grass cutting out of these fields, so that we can have something to both not necessarily put away in our barn, because I think we have enough for right now. We're at 66% over on this side and 33% over on this side, so we'll be at 100% when we spray this other field. But we're going to do the smaller field first, but we're also going to go ahead and go back and get another load of slurry to fill up our field side storage bin, so that we'll have enough slurry out here to basically be able to just keep going and not have to come back over here to the main farm. Even though it's not that far away, it's still, we can just kind of keep going, and it'll be a little bit quicker than coming over this direction. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. As I said before, you are watching this episode on Friday, the 1st of November. It is crazy how fast this year has flown by, isn't it? We are already in the 11th month, and it really just feels like not too long ago it was January, February, early part of 2019, or even the summer of 2019. It's just kind of been a little bit all over the place. As I have said before, my favorite season is fall. I believe I've talked about this before on previous episodes, that one's favorite season is often their birthday season, or where their birthday falls. And so my birthday falls in fall, and falls in fall. My birthday occurs in the fall. And fall is my favorite season, but my gosh, we've kind of been a little bit robbed of fall weather here in Colorado. The summer just kind of lasted, or seemed like it lasted forever and ever. Of course, my wife and I were gone for a couple of weeks of the summer in mid to late July, so that kind of helped make things go by a little quicker, I suppose. But we got back in the 1st of August. We had all the issues with the house, the kitchen ceiling, the leak from the bathroom, all that nonsense. And can we get all of this in there? We cannot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, because this is our road, okay? This is our road. Nobody's going to come down this road except people that are coming here either to my home or to the farm, and we're not expecting any company at all. So yeah, they can basically just bugger off. But let's go ahead and turn. We've got to go here. We've got to go there. We've got to go there, and we are spraying spraying slurry on our field for the second time this season. But anyway, yeah, the fall has just kind of been short-lived, because as I was saying, we had such hot weather in August and in September here in Denver that it just kind of made it feel like that that summer lasted forever. And then fall came around. True enough, that is true, but it has been a short-lived fall, because Now, I'm going to speak a little bit in the future, because, for me anyways, but tomorrow, Saturday, and I think that is, let's see, do I have anything that's got the date on it? Hang on just one second, and I will tell you. Yeah, so today is the 25th. So tomorrow is the 26th of October. And tomorrow is supposed to just absolutely be gorgeous. It's supposed to just be beautiful. And to give you a little bit of backstory on the last couple of days, we had snow on Wednesday into Thursday, and the temperature was fairly cold on Wednesday evening and Thursday. That would be the 24th or 25th, something like that. And and so when we had the snow and everything, today, Friday, was not so bad. It was a little bit better. Friday was, and but then tomorrow, Saturday, the forecasted high is supposed to be near 70. Now, this is the calm before the storm, before the storm, before the really cold weather sets in. Saturday is going to be near 70. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and quite possibly Thursday. The forecasted high temperature here in the Mile High City in Denver is not forecasted to get above freezing. We're going to be in the highs, with daytime highs in the 20s for 4, almost 5 days. Now, we normally don't see this kind of weather until late December, kind of January, February. January, oops, we do not want to ruin our wheat, our beautiful little wheat seeds there. We don't want to do that, so we'll be careful about that next time. Um, so that's where we are in this whole thing. Now, I have no idea what's beyond those particular days, because hey, it's like many other places in the world. Wait 5 minutes and the forecast will change, and that is true for Colorado. I know it's true for Texas. It's true for a lot of places, that just don't get used to anything, because the weather is going to change. It may be cold for a few days, but it will warm up, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's really, really. Pardon me, just one more second while I do this and get rid of that screen that I brought up that showed the date, because I need to keep an eye on OBS, because I need to make sure that my audio is still recording, and I can keep an eye on the timer and all that good stuff. So anyhow, yeah, so that's sort of how the things are going on here in the real world. Um, Now, ironically, it's kind of funny, because the day that it was so cold yesterday, um, Thursday, it was 100. It was over 100 degrees in San Diego. Now, granted, San Diego, sunny California, and all that kind of stuff. But San Diego usually doesn't see that hot of temperature. So they're having a massive heat wave out there, and of course, the fire danger is so high. And um, I'm sure it's hot in Vegas, where Eustace Pharmer, or Atomic 67 G, lives. And but it is just, I mean, I just somebody up north, either in Wyoming, Montana, or Canada, needs to remember to shut the freezer door, because it has just been really cool down here. And according to the Farmer's Almanac, we are in for a cooler and wetter winter. Not going to complain about the moisture, though, simply because, well, we need it, because the moisture helps us stock up on our water tables and all that kind of stuff, so that we don't struggle so much in the spring and summer and fall months, and kind of helps keep our fire danger down a little bit. And I think this last summer and fall, fire danger in Colorado was at possibly one of the lowest that I recall in a number of years. It certainly has been much higher, and we've had so much destruction in the past and everything, and it's not quite been the case this particular year. But as I've said before, 2019 for my wife and I have just been absolutely crummy years, a year for us with the loss of both of our moms passing. And so we're really looking forward. My wife and I are both looking forward to a relaxing winter break, relaxing, saying goodbye to 2019 and hello to 2020, and see what is in store for us that year. Of course, we still have 2 months to go before we can actually say goodbye to the year and all of that kind of stuff. But we'll, before you know it, it'll be Christmas, and then it'll be New Year's, and then we'll be ringing in 2020, watching the ball drop in Times Square. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here on this farm, Billy Bob is back. He brought us some tacos yesterday, just as I had predicted that he would, and they were good. They were good tacos from our neighborhood taco stand. That place is going to come in handy during the fall harvest for sure, because we're going to be out there harvesting those cornfields out near that taco stand. And of course, it's awfully tempting to just stop the combine harvester and get off and go and grab a taco. They smell so good. So we'll be doing that. But Billy Bob is back, and he's feeling really good. And the procedure went well. All the testing and everything afterwards went well. So everything is all positive. Everything is all go right here on Lone Oak Farm with everybody. And Jack is busy. Jack's got the cedar converted over from corn to beans, and it's still in the shop, but we'll be pulling that out most likely in the next game day. We'll probably today, by the way, is the last game day of spring, so it has been, well, let's see, what did I say this was? This was the 18th episode, and we're in the 9th game day of season, so averages out to two game days per season, or per game day, I should say. But yeah, I think we will tomorrow. What you will see in episode number 20 is we will start putting beans in the ground. That's what we're going to do, because our soil temperature is at 57 degrees. I think we might have come up a degree. So that will be at 60 in probably no time soon, or no time flat, I should say. 60-degree soil temperature should be in the next couple of game days. And I want to make sure that we can move directly from beans right into getting the one field planted in cotton, and then that will basically wrap up our planting season for this season, unless by some slim chance, as I have mentioned, that this wheat comes in early. But we're not going to rush it. We're going to do what we need to do, and get it done, get everything done that we need to do, because obviously not only do we have to harvest that field, we've got to pick up the straw or bale and pick up the bales from that field and put those away. And then also, in addition to all of that, we would have to cultivate and probably prep the field for more soybeans. So we'll see if we can get all that done. If the opportunity presents itself, we'll certainly do it. And I know that we're off there on our line, no big deal. We've got some rain coming most likely this evening, and that'll kind of help move all this slurry around where it needs to go, and life will be good. Believe it or not, the wife here on this farm, not my wife in the real world, wife on this farm does not mind the smell of slurry out here on the field. She understands that means money. And I think I've told you all about one of my friends that went to Texas one time, and if I didn't, I'll tell it again really quick. One of my friends went to Texas a couple of years ago. He drove down from Colorado, and he drove down through Amarillo and Lubbock, out through West Texas, through the panhandle of Texas. He comes back to Colorado, and he tells me, he says, man, he says, that part of Texas sure does smell. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, driving along, and all of a sudden you get a whiff of petroleum. It smells like the refineries down around Houston. And then you might drive another 5 or 10, 15, 20 miles or so, and then you get a whiff of cow manure. And I said, yeah. I said, you know what what those smells are, right? And he says, no, they stink. And I said, nope. I said, that's the smell of money. That is the smell of money. And he laughed, and I laughed. And but it's true, it's true. There's quite a few feedlots in that part of the country, and I'm really looking forward to going through there. I know I have mentioned this before as well, that I really enjoy driving through that part of the country, through that part of Texas, down from Amarillo down through Wichita Falls area there on Highway 287. All the cotton is starting to come in, so they're harvesting. They're cutting corn during this time, as well as cotton. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's being done as late as Thanksgiving, kind of depending on where Thanksgiving falls. Now it will be interesting to see, because I think Thanksgiving was a bit early last year with the way that the month of November fell, but this year it's kind of late. And so I don't know if they'll still be harvesting baling cotton, but my guess is they probably will, because there are just so many fields, acres and acres and miles as far as you can see out through the Texas Panhandle is white. And you'll see they've got some big John Deere equipment out there. They've got the John Deere round balers. They've got some case square balers out there. So everything that we kind of have in FarmSim 19, I see this stuff working out there. And of course, as I said before, they're also harvesting corn. I'm pretty sure they're cutting the corn. I think it may be harvesting corn for grain, not silage. I'm guessing the silage is probably already in, because they probably cut that corn when it was still a bit green and wet. But let's go ahead and fill this guy up. No, we want to, what do we want to do here? Why is it not refill? There we go. All right, just got to hit the right button. It was wanting to offload instead of reload. Taking a sip of iced tea, bear with me. So looking forward to that. I know I always kind of talk every time I do episodes right around Thanksgiving, and I'm sure I'll mention it again because I've reached that age where I kind of repeat myself. But hey, if you're a younger person, you'll get where I am soon enough. And I know I talk about it, and I'll try to see if I can get some pictures this time, because it is pretty cool stuff to watch, and I just enjoy seeing it, and especially since we're actually going to get to participate in there we go. Since we're going to get to participate in some cotton harvesting, compliments of the John Deere Cotton DLC. I did take a look at the Kloss stuff. So I think I had mentioned it maybe in episode 17 or something, that I had failed to activate it. That was true. I did not activate it, but I've done so since between now and then, and I've taken a look at it. And according to what our dealership is telling us, we will have access to one of the large Kloss combines, and so we'll be able to obviously get that here on our farm for us. And we've already got another combine operator lined up, because Jack can run a combine. As I've said before, Jack can run a combine, but where Jack's usefulness really does come true is being flexible enough to also be able to, fix the things that tend to get broken when it's the 11th hour sort of thing. So Jack will primarily either cart or run the semi back and forth from the field back to the main farm. That way, if something does break or whatever, he'll be a little more flexible. We'll keep the combines going. We're going to bring in at least one more, if not two, um, guys that will be capable of either carting, driving the semi, or a tractor tipper, whatever. And then Billy Bob, and between Billy Bob, myself, and the other combine guy that we've got that'll be coming over to help us out, we should be squared away. We should be able to mount a pretty good effort and get going. Because I sort of have a feeling that once the wheat comes in, the canola is going to come in next. We'll harvest that next. If we can plant beans where the wheat was, we will take that gap. At least myself I will, or Billy Bob, one of the two of us will see that we can plant the beans and everything if we have that opportunity. But if we don't, I sort of have a feeling that we'll move right from wheat to obviously picking up the bells, canola, and then I think that most likely we'll have a chance to take a couple of breaths, and then it will be time to start harvesting the corn. And then right after corn will be soybeans, and then it's all done. Then it's all done. Other than most likely we will be planting cover crops on our fields, especially if we're going to plan on going around another circle of the sun. We'll plant cover crops on at least most of the fields, maybe not all, but some we will, and see how that works out for us. So it's just going to be busy times all the way around. Of course, once we get the cover crops done, then we can kind of take a little bit deeper breath, lick our wounds, get stuff ready to go for springtime, and just kind of rinse and repeat, and basically just spend the winter months taking care of the animals, and staying warm around the fire in the shop, and telling lies, and swapping fish stories, and all of that kind of stuff. You know how that stuff goes. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to start wrapping things up. We'll get this done. I will finish the rest of this off camera, get the other field most likely done off camera. When we come back, as I said before, when we come back for episode number 19, we will be in the first game day of summer, and we will start putting beans in the ground. And that will kind of start the next chapter in our story, and eventually close that chapter out once the 3 fields have been planted in soybeans. And then it'll start to become time, or maybe we'll mix in some of the next few episodes doing planting beans, and then fertilizing, spraying, that kind of stuff, because tending to the animals, all the things that still have to be done, because we're obviously still running a very productive enterprise here on Lone Oak Farm. And really, until we get to that time, until we come back together for the first game day of summer and episode number 19, I would like to wish you all a very good day, a very good weekend, and take good care of yourself and also of each other. And I will see you all back here on Lone Oak Farm for episode number 19, first game day of summer, where we'll start putting some soybeans in the ground. And as I always say, and Duckzorly makes fun of me, bye-bye for now.